of loss across the country. Let's now cross over to the coastal county of Mombasa, where Kennedy Mureithi is on standby. Kennedy, good afternoon. If you can hear me, where are you getting us from and what's the sentiment there like?
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Julians, there in our Nairobi studio. I'm in Bombolulu area. I had come to Mombasa for a holiday, but remember, when big news breaks, NTV, all of us have to be there. But I am here in Bombolulu, where teachers have just finished a principals meeting that was almost the whole week, and they were discussing issues. And remember, Julians, one of those places that President Mwai Kibaki, we had an impact, was on education. Remember, in the year 2003, that is when he said that everybody who is going to school is going to have free primary education. And remember, his government was able to implement this development. And most of those who actually went through that system are the ones that are able now to get into the job market. And some of the people that were credited as having been able to take this forward are the principals and also the teachers. Remember, it was such a huge task trying to implement this. But we are joined here by one of the principals who have just finished this particular conference. And President Mwai Kibaki is an icon. He is being remembered for development. You yourself, have you ever had an encounter with President Kibaki?
Thank you so much. My name is Raruach Melkio, the principal Lukore Secondary School in Kwale County, Shimba Hills Zone. In fact, I'm the chairman of the zone. Yes, it is sad news that has just arrived to us when we were at the conference today, that we have lost our icon, one of the best performing presidents of the Republic of Kenya, President Mwai Kibaki. Personally, I did not have a close or physical encounter with him, but his impact as the leader or as the president from the year 2002 up to the year 2012 has impacted on us a lot, especially in the education sector.
Well, when you say in the education sector, there were some challenges that were there, and in 2003, I do not know whether you're still practicing at that time, but there was that introduction of free primary education. Is it something that you might say, until today, being still in the system of education, it is something that played a part in what we are having right now? Has it also been able to improve the access to education?
The transformation that the president, the former president or the retired president, or currently the late president Mwai Kibaki, impacted on Kenya as a country is very great. Because you might remember that initially free primary or free secondary education, free day secondary education was not there in the Republic of Kenya. You can realize, if you can well recall, the fees at the secondary level by then was astronomical. Sometimes parents would cough up to over 100,000 for the payment of school fees. When President Kibaki came in, this one became a thing of the past. And even if you look at the transition of the Kenyan child from primary to secondary school, by the time President Kibaki had not come in, it was very low. But after he left, we were doing over 78% of primary transition of candidates who sat class 8 into secondary education. I think that is a plus.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Well, that is astronomical, as you say, because some of us are even beneficiaries of the school fees going down since President Mwai Kibaki actually made that move. Thank you very much. And
apart from that, yes, there is also the aspect of the infrastructure. We want to thank the current president, President Uhuru Kenyatta. He has done a lot as far as infrastructure is concerned. But the initiator of the infrastructure development that is taking place was actually done, and the blueprint was actually laid down during President Kibaki era. So as Kenyans, especially me personally, I am still feeling greatly indebted to the former president of the Republic of Kenya, and we want to thank even the current president for the good work that he's doing, and we believe that the Kenyan child will benefit enormously. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Well, Mwalimu, how are you? You will tell us your name, and probably as a country we are mourning. There is the death of President Mwai Kibaki, which has just been announced by President Uhuru Kenyatta, and he's even been able to announce a few things that will take in place before he is buried. Have you had an encounter, either personal or in your line of work, with President Mwai Kibaki, and what would you say probably towards his death?
I mourn our late President Mwai Kibaki. He's a man of great honor. He initiated education, he loved education, he improved infrastructure in the country, He he was part of the 844 system, which I really appreciated as it's going out. So I joined the rest of the country in mourning the late Mwai Kibaki. We are sorry for his loss.
Well, probably now in your line of work as a teacher and as probably a principal, has there been any impact since he initiated the question of free primary education and the kind of caliber of students and young people that are coming into schools?
Yeah, there's been a great improvement in enrollment across our schools in the country. And also the free primary funds have supported many students, and most of our students have come to school, especially the girl child. Some of them were left out at times because of funds, but now we have them all in school because of the free day secondary education. I sincerely mourn our late president. I'm sorry. Yeah. Did I say my name? I'm Mrs. Catherine Obilo from Nandi County. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Well, maoni yako ni yapi? Sijui kama wewe ni miongoni mwa wale watu ambao walifaidika na swala hili la free primary education, ama wewe pia ni mwalimu ama kivipi? Unamkumbuka Rais Mwai Kibaki vipi?
Kwa majina naitwa Moses Odea. Mimi ni wale walioweza kufaidika kupitia uongozi wa hayati Mwai Kibaki, ambayo siku ya leo tumepokea habari katika huzuni sana. Mimi nimefaidika kwa huo msimu kutoka mwaka ule ambapo hiyo program ya free primary education ilianza. Nimekuwa beneficiary, na hata mbali natoa masuala ya elimu, Mwai Kibaki namkumbuka kwa mengi, ikiwemo pia katika uzinduzi wa ile katiba ya mwaka 2010 ambayo yeye alikuwa amecommission. Vile vile pia namkumbuka Kibaki kwa ajili ya masuala ya maendeleo, ikiwemo vile barabara ya kama ile ya pale Thika Road. Ameweza kutuletea maendeleo mengi, hata pia kiuchumi. Nami nasema kwamba ni huzuni kubwa kwa taifa kubwa hili la Kenya. Hata pia tunapozidi kumkumbuka Mwai Kibaki, tunasema pole sana kwa familia yake, na sisi kama Wakenya pia tuzidi kuwa wapole tukiendelea kumomboleza Rais Kibaki. Naam.
Asante sana. Wewe labda ukaribie pia utuambie maoni yako ni yapi kuhusu, ama unamkumbuka, kumbukizi yako ya Rais Mwai Kibaki ni ipi?
Assalamu alaikum, kwa majina naitwa Salama Ramadhan. Namkumbuka Kibaki kwa elimu ya bure na muongeza kwa kila jambo. Tuwashukuru alichofanya cha maana Kenya. Kwa elimu ya bure, maendeleo ya barabara, maendeleo ya mataa, tuwashukuru.
Wewe mwenyewe ulifaidika na mpango huu wa free primary education?
Ya, nilifaidika. Nashukuru.
Iwapo labda ningeuliza tu, kama unasema ulifaidika, iwapo hakungekuwa na nafasi hiyo ya free primary education, wewe mwenyewe ulikuwa labda na ungeweza kufika shuleni?
Ungeenda kuolewa.
Ungeenda kuolewa.
Yeah. Nashukuru.
Na
Mungu amrehemu, amweke mahali pema peponi.
Well, Julius, those are some of the sentiments that are coming from the residents of Mombasa and also the principals who have come here, and they've just concluded one of the conferences that they've had. And this lady who's spoken to us lastly has said that if she was not able to access the free primary education that had been given by the government at that time, probably she would have been married off. Those are some of the stories that are coming in, and probably education is one of those sectors that President Mwai Kibaki will be remembered fondly for. I remember that in the year 2000, just before he left power, I was able to cover a number of his functions, and as a rookie reporter then, I would remember that there were those hilarious moments that when you go, you will be very much able to pick up from his speech, and every time people were waiting for President Kibaki in his off-the-cuff remarks. Remember, there were some sentiments that would actually come. I remember even right now, our boss Joe Ageo covering the function. Then I was not yet in the media, where President Kibaki and Mama Lucy at State House were able to come out and clarify that he only has one wife. I remember that one.